Today's review is gonna be on something a little different than what we usually check out here. It's an absolute monstrosity of an SUV that produces over 700 horsepower. But this isn't just any fast SUV. This is what happens when engineers at Jeep decide to lose their minds and stuff a Hellcat engine into a family-sized SUV. It's loud, unapologetic, and it accelerates like it's late for war. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. It weighs over 2 tons, but launches like a supercar. It's got ventilated leather seats and the supercharger whine that sounds like I died and woke up in car heaven. We're gonna talk about its looks, interior, and have a listen at what it has to say. So buckle up, because this isn't your typical grocery getter. This is raw American chaos on 4 wheels. Before we start though, I'd love to give a massive shout out to MNZ Motors, specifically the pre-owned section and Mr. Samuel for making this possible. I truly appreciate the opportunity to feature something this special on the channel. Let's dive in and see what makes the Jeep Trackhawk one of the wildest, most unhinged SUVs ever built. This is the 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk. As always, we're going to talk about the exterior of this car, starting with the front. And rightfully so, this has got to be one of the most aggressive front ends on the road right now. You get these LED headlights which have a tiny little Easter egg in them. That's the silhouette of the classic Jeep, which is a nice little touch to remind you of this car's heritage. Tucked between the headlights is the grille. Now what's a Jeep without the iconic 7-slot grille? You also get a blacked out Jeep badge there as well. Now they've added a bunch of air intakes to this front bumper. These intakes channel air towards the radiators, which is really important when you're pushing over 700 horsepower. Now take a look at this, guys, specifically golf drivers. This is what you'll see in your rear view before this thing gaps you. You get 2 more vents on the hood which serve 2 purposes. Firstly, they help extract hot air from the engine bay. And secondly, and arguably more important, they just make the car look more aggressive. Just look at how cool these look. Along the side are these fender flares, and below them are these massive 20-inch forged alloy wheels. Now ladies, these yellow things behind the wheel are your Brembo brakes. You get 6 piston calipers in the front and 4 piston calipers in the rear, which is really important because stopping a 2.4-ton missile like this one is just as important as launching it. All of this is wrapped in these meaty Pirelli tires which play an important role in the launching and cornering ability of this car. Further down the side you get more blacked out badges and this massive side skirt. You also get these massive side mirrors and those tiny roof rails up there, which honestly it's better than nothing. Now another thing I'd like to point out about this specific car is the tint. Your ops will never see you coming. I'm just gonna leave that information out there for whoever needs it, of course. These are your taillights, a roof spoiler up there, and your signature Trackhawk badge. And of course, these massive exhausts which you'll get to hear in a second. You get this trim piece here, whatever it is, finished in gloss black, and the Jeep badge is also blacked out back here. You can start. That's all you get, unfortunately. I can't exactly give you top tier content while you're not subscribed. So please smash that subscribe button and like the video if you want to see more cool stuff like this. Okay, let's step inside and see what it's like on the inside. Now before we go any further, let me turn the ignition on to show you the gauge cluster. It displays basic information like your speed and RPMs, and of course, your empty gas tank. The steering wheel is wrapped in leather, has buttons for your multimedia and driving aids, and it says Trackhawk down there. You even get these pedal shifters, which I think is really good. That's the infotainment, which we'll come back to in a while. Below it are some physical dials for your volume and radio, if you're still into that, and more buttons for the AC and stuff like traction control. You also get a button down here for eco, which is by far the most hilarious thing I ever seen in a car. Inside here you get 2 USB-C ports, an aux port, and a cigarette lighter. Moving on. This is your gear selector, which feels really premium, and here are your 2 cup holders, which are in a really ideal spot, which is good. Further down is the button for your launch control, which looks like something they pulled out of a fighter jet. You also get more dials and buttons for your various drive modes. And this is the leather armrest, and below it is what I thought would be a massive storage bin, but you instead get something that you're never gonna use. A Blu-ray disc player, which is a really odd choice in 2019. Instead though, you get a 12-volt socket and a tiny bit of storage space in here. These leather seats say Trackhawk and have HDMI and AV ports, which we'll talk about later on as well. They're really big and comfortable, and you get these red seat belts as well. You get some carbon fiber trim along the doors and the dash, and the quality of the materials used in this interior is really good. Everything is nice and soft. You also get this nice Harman Kardon sound system. It's a 19-speaker system with an 825-watt amplifier and a 10-inch subwoofer located in the boot. It's nice and all, but I'd rather listen to the V8. Unlike something between the seats, the glove box is super spacious and is lined in this soft material. Up top you get a suede headliner and that massive panoramic sunroof, which lets in a lot of natural light. Now as promised, let's talk about the infotainment system. This car is running an 8.4-inch infotainment system, which is super sharp, bright and jam-packed with features. What truly makes this one special are the performance pages. From real-time power output and G-forces to launch control and shift timers, this screen turns into your personal drag strip command center. You can view your engine vitals such as oil temps and configure drive modes to your liking. And of course, we get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now let's get in the back and talk about what it's like over there. First things first though, let's talk about the ports on the sides of the seats. They're part of the optional rear entertainment package, letting passengers plug in anything from a gaming console to a streaming device. So while the driver's enjoying launch control up front, the kids in the back could be playing Fortnite or watching movies. Legroom and headroom is no problem in the back of this thing, which means that my short kings will love it back here. You get some storage space behind the back seat, carbon fiber trim on the door, and basically the same treatment as the front, with soft premium materials all over. These are the leather seats with the same red seat belts as the front. And you can pull this part out to reveal some cup holders. Down here you get your AC vents and 2 USB-C ports, and that's pretty much it for the back. The boot opens up electronically and it's really spacious, as you can see. It has a total capacity of 1028 liters, which is really impressive because we always expect performance cars to compromise on practicality. The Trackhawk does a good job at balancing performance with livability. The parcel shelf rolls away really neatly, and surprisingly enough, you get a spare tire underneath the floor. I honestly wasn't expecting to find a spare wheel down there. There's your subwoofer, 12-volt socket and some hooks. And that's pretty much it for the boot. Okay, now for the really fun part. We're gonna open up the hood and check out the belly of the beast. This car is powered by a 6.2-liter supercharged Hemi V8 that produces 707 horsepower and 868 Newton meters of torque. It's paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission with launch control, helping it accelerate from 0 to 100 in just 3.7 seconds. And it doesn't stop until it hits an insane top speed of 290 kilometers per hour. Just think about that for a second. A family SUV that weighs 2.4 tons is putting out supercar numbers. It has a fuel consumption of 17 liters per 100 kilometers, which in this economy is not great. One of the most addictive parts of driving the Trackhawk is the supercharger whine, which is what the Hellcat engine in this car is best known for. Take a listen to what it sounds like. Last one. The Trackhawk comes with multiple drive modes: Auto, Sport, Track, Snow and Tow. And yes, you heard that right. As crazy as it sounds, the Trackhawk can actually tow up to 3.2 tons. Each one of those drive modes adjusts the suspension stiffness, steering weight, transmission response and torque split between the front and rear axles. In Track mode, for example, up to 70% of the torque is sent to the rear wheels and gear shifts hit in milliseconds. Now all that is gonna cost you 1.15 million with 63,000 kilometers on the clock, which I think is an absolute steal. If you're interested in purchasing this car, first of all, I'm jealous. You can contact Mr. Samuel, his details are listed in the description below. And that's pretty much it for this beast of a car. That was the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, arguably the fastest and most powerful SUV in the country. While being insanely powerful, it still retains some of the refinement and practicality of a family SUV, which is a bonus. And it looks and sounds pretty cool as well. That alone should be more than enough to convince anyone to buy one. Thank you so much for sticking around and making it till the end of the video. If you enjoyed this review, go ahead and like and share with your friends and family, and basically everyone you know. Comment your thoughts down below and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to receive post notifications. Just in case we have an older audience watching, it's completely free to subscribe. It won't cost you any money, so please subscribe. Thank you once again for watching and I'll catch you in the next one.